The breaking news that is coming in. Sunil ji continues to be with us. The big breaking news is about Kashmir Files director Vivek Agnihotri hitting back at Shashi Tharoor. Vivek Agnihotri tells Tharoor, stop making fun of Kashmiri Hindu genocide. He goes on to say Singapore is the most regressive censor in the world. This is a big showdown over Kashmir Files. Shashi Tharoor in his tweet, remember, hit out at the Bharatiya Janata Party supporting Kashmir Files. Very conveniently overlooking that whether or not a political party supports or doesn't support, the film goes on to portray facts as they are. And now Vivek Agnihotri has hit back at Shashi Tharoor. Sunilji Bhatt is now joining us for the very latest. Sunilji, we've gotten a reaction coming in from Vivek Agnihotri on what Shashi Tharoor has put out as a tweet. Of course, he's very clear. He goes on to say, stop making fun of Kashmiri Hindu genocide and Singapore is the most regressive center in the world, etc. But here, the big question here, Sunilji, is you have watched the film, you have tracked the story, you track, the valley in much detail. What was the objection to a film that is portraying facts?
Well, Cheti, as I said earlier, that it's up to the Congress party to explain that why are they objecting to a movie which is based and which tells the story of the displaced Kashmiri Hindus and how they were persecuted. But the fact of the matter remains that every incident that has been portrayed in the movie is a real-life incident. It's not a fictional story. And every killing that has been portrayed in the movie, whether it was of a person who was killed inside the rice drum, or it was the brutal gang rape and the brutal killing of a woman who was cut into pieces on a sawmill. All these incidents have taken place in the Kashmir Valley. Minuscule minority of Kashmir, that is Kashmiri Hindus, was persecuted. They were made to flee the valley on gunpoint. And this is something which was kept under the carpet for last 3 decades. And finally, a debate has been initiated because of this movie in the country, that what has happened to Kashmiri Hindus, now the government must do something for them.
We must get a reaction from Congress as well, Sunilji. Sunilji, I understand for many soft separatists, this film perhaps would be a bitter pill to swallow, given the fact it shows the facts on the atrocities on Kashmiri Pandits in the valley. And please correct me if I'm wrong, because you are somebody who knows the story the best.
Absolutely, Cheti. As I said, that this was an uncomfortable truth for many people. They wanted to play it down. They have been playing it down for last 3 decades. But now the truth has come out, and everybody is now aware about the sufferings and pain of the Kashmiri Hindus and what they went through in early 90s. If you see that everybody, whether within India or outside India, is talking about the issue of the displaced Kashmiri Pandits. And this is something, as you said, that is like a bitter pill for many people who have been providing ideological cover to separatism and terrorism in Kashmir Valley. We have seen in the past that how, there were anti-national elements who were, calling the shots in the Kashmir Valley. And even in the academic, culture, whether in many universities of the country, seminars were conducted, discussions.
Just tell our viewers that there is another update coming in. It is Vivek Agnihotri who's taken to his Twitter. And let me show the tweet to our viewers. It's just come out. Can I ask the camera person to pan and show the latest tweet that has come out by Vivek Agnihotri on this here? If you can read this particular tweet by Vivek Agnihotri, and I'm going to read, quote unquote. Vivek Agnihotri hits out at Shashi Tharoor and says, hey Shashi Tharoor, is it true that late Sunanda Pushkar was a Kashmiri Hindu? Is the enclosed SS true? If yes, then in Hindu tradition, to respect the dead, you must delete your tweet and apologize to her soul, unquote. That is the latest tweet that is coming in from Vivek Agnihotri on this particular issue. That's the big breaking news coming in. Kashmir Files director hitting at Shashi Tharoor in a spate of tweets that he's put out. He's hitting out at Shashi Tharoor right after Shashi Tharoor put out that particular tweet. So it is at the moment a Twitter war between Vivek Agnihotri and Shashi Tharoor. The only difference is that the filmmaker knows that he's portrayed facts and he's hitting back at Shashi Tharoor with facts. And Sunil Ji Bhatt, who is our reporter, is also getting us the latest details in terms of how the film has not really tampered with the truth, and hence the biggest question the Congress must answer today is wouldn't they keep their political leanings aside just for the sake of understanding the brutality that the Kashmiri Pandits face in the valley, leave their political leanings aside, and for the sake of humanity hope for some closure coming in for them? And what's the problem if there is a film that is showcasing these brutalities?
Absolutely, Cheti. Since Vivek Agnihotri has talked about Sunanda Pushkar, Cheti, I remember that Sunanda Pushkar, when UPA was in power, had taken a very strong position on Article 370. She had said that because of Article 370, women like her, and because of Article 35A, because women like her are not able to purchase property, because Sunanda Pushkar was married to a non-Kashmiri, that is Shashi Tharoor. So she had taken a very strong position on
Sunil Ji Bhatt we'll re-establish that connection at the moment to Sunil Ji Bhatt. I just want to once again get our producers to get us a Congress reaction on this. They put out this one tweet and we don't have a Congress reaction on this, and a Bharatiya Janata Party reaction on this as well, because now based on this particular film you can see the two political parties sparring with each other, and this is now turned into a bit of a war of words between Shashi Tharoor and Vivek Agnihotri too. Kashmir Files director has hit back. He goes on to say, stop making fun of Kashmiri Pandit genocide. He's put out this particular tweet. I'm reading out his latest tweet as well. I showed that to our viewers too, but big questions arising on why is it that the Congress party is time and again going on to question the facts that have been portrayed in the film, and why can't they leave their political leanings aside for the sake of humanity, hope for some sort of closure for the first generation of victims in their right to justice.